Hollywood has kings, and then there is Denzel Washington. He's not just an actor, he is the silver screen's ultimate authority. Yet behind those confident eyes, did you know there was a boy who narrowly escaped the dark streets of New York? Today, we go beyond that scary detective in Training Day. You won't believe how a kid, whose future was seen in a barbershop at 14 but almost faded due to bad friends, single-handedly shifted Oscar history. If you are ready, let's reveal the legend. Our story begins in 1954 in Mount Vernon, New York. Denzel was the middle child of a Pentecostal preacher father and a beauty parlor owner mother. He was stuck between the strict discipline of the church and the real-life lessons of the salon. But at 14, his parents' divorce shattered his world. This trauma transformed Denzel from a quiet boy into a rebellious teen seeking anger in the streets. While his closest friends turned to crime one by one, Denzel was walking on the edge of a dangerous cliff. His mother, Lennis, realized with intuition that her son would become a victim of the streets. She made a radical decision that perhaps saved cinematic history. She plucked Denzel from that chaotic environment and sent him to Oakland Academy. Years later, Denzel admitted, "I didn't like that school, but it saved my life. Otherwise, I might not be alive." While old friends went to prison, he prepared to read Shakespeare, learn discipline, and channel his suppressed anger into sports and art. College was a time of searching. At Fordham, he tried pre-med and journalism, but found neither fitting. His grades dropped so low he took time off. In that moment of hopelessness, a woman in his mother's salon looked at him and wrote a prophecy. "You will travel the world and speak to millions." This woman was known as a church prophetess. Denzel laughed then, but soon after stepping onto the stage in a summer camp sketch, he felt the heavy weight of that prophecy settle upon his shoulders. After conservatory, knocking on Hollywood's doors meant facing the brutal reality of the 1980s. Roles for black actors were limited, either a comic sidekick or a criminal. But Denzel was determined to follow idol Sidney Poitier. He firmly refused stereotypical roles that damaged dignity. His first film was Carbon Copy, but the real breakout was Dr. Chandler in Saint Elsewhere. Back then, playing a black doctor who didn't use slang and was serious and authoritative was a revolution in itself. In 1989, the moment Denzel went from good actor to legend, glory. Playing Trip, a runaway slave in the Civil War, he defined pain. In that famous whipping scene, the director didn't tell him to cry, but that single tear rolling down his cheek symbolized centuries of suffering. This performance brought him the Best Supporting Actor Oscar. He was now Hollywood's new golden boy, but this award was merely a harbinger of the bigger disappointments and tougher battles waiting for him ahead. In 1992, he took a massive career risk with Spike Lee's Malcolm X. Denzel prepared so deeply, he gave up pork, read the Quran, and the crew called him Malcolm. When released, critics said, "This isn't acting, it is reincarnation." Everyone was sure he would win the Oscar. However, the Academy gave the award to Al Pacino for Scent of a Woman. This decision went down as one of the biggest injustices in Hollywood history, forever changing Denzel's view of the system and its fairness. Throughout the 90s, Denzel broke the safe black lead mold. In The Pelican Brief, he starred with Julia Roberts. An interesting detail, the script had kissing scenes, but Denzel removed them. Why? He knew his core audience, black women, disliked seeing him in romantic scenes with white women. They felt excluded. Saying, "That's my core audience, I can't betray them," he was principled enough to set his own rules even in a multi-million-dollar movie, prioritizing loyalty over fame. After years of playing the virtuous hero, in 2001, Denzel shocked everyone. The corrupt cop Alonzo Harris in Training Day was the role where he unleashed the beast within. That famous "King Kong ain't got nothing on me" line was improvised, reflecting his pure anger. The Academy couldn't ignore him this time. He won the Best Actor Oscar, which he missed with Malcolm X, by playing a villain. This meant he became the second black actor after Sidney Poitier to finally win this top award. Denzel didn't just shine on camera. By directing films like Antwone Fisher, he brought untold black stories to light. There is a vital detail here. Denzel used his money to educate young talent. The late Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman revealed that his Oxford summer tuition was secretly paid by Denzel. He was a silent leader paving the way for the next generation. He didn't just build a career, he built a legacy, ensuring those coming after him had a clearer path to success. Hollywood marriages usually expire fast, but Denzel and Pauletta have been married over 40 years. Did you know she paid for the taxi on their first date? Denzel attributes this stability to deep faith. He never abandoned his father's church values, even at the peak of fame. He once considered becoming a preacher. His quote, "Your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God," is the clearest summary of his philosophy. He remains grounded in a chaotic industry. Everything looks perfect, right? But Denzel's life wasn't all rosy. The burden of perfectly representing the black community was heavy. He had no luxury to make mistakes. This pressure made him introverted and distant. Known for hating tabloids, he protects his private life like a fortress. If he seems sharp in interviews, it is his intolerance for Hollywood's fake glitter. He refuses to be a celebrity, preferring always to call himself a working actor who focuses solely on the craft. Denzel never neglected theater for cinema's easy money. In 2010, he returned to Broadway with Fences. Later, he directed the film adaptation. The character Troy Maxon was an angry father who missed out on life. Denzel was practically confronting his own father and past. The fight scenes with Viola Davis were quality enough to be shown in acting schools. This film proved he is not just an actor, but a guardian of American theater heritage, bridging the gap between stage and screen. Actors hitting 60 usually retire or play grandpas. What did Denzel do? Like Liam Neeson, he turned into an action star. With The Equalizer and Man on Fire, he perfected the silent, deadly man delivering justice. Scenes where he sets his watch and neutralizes gangsters in seconds sent a message. This man is old, but still very dangerous. These films showed his box office power never waned. On the contrary, he appreciates like fine wine, becoming more valuable with every passing year. Like any career, Denzel has regrets. Weird comedies like Heart Condition or sci-fi attempts like Virtuosity were slammed by critics. Years later, Denzel honestly admitted he accepted some roles just to pay bills or due to agent pressure, but he used failures as stepping stones. Saying, "You can't learn to get up without falling," he managed to wipe away these blemishes. He returned stronger and more focused every time, proving that resilience is just as important as raw talent. Denzel's discipline on set is legendary. When accepting a role, he truly learns the profession. For Philadelphia, he spent months with real lawyers. For The Hurricane, he trained like a boxer and lost 40 pounds. He is known for not breaking character, sometimes not even speaking to co-stars. This method acting might scare people, but the secret to those piercing eyes and believability lies in this obsessive work ethic. He treats every role with a seriousness that commands respect. In Hollywood's selfish world, Denzel chose to be a giver. He has been the spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Club, which saved him from the streets, for over 20 years. He doesn't just lend his name, he donates millions. He also sets aside huge funds to support historically black colleges. But while doing this, he doesn't call cameras or send press releases. Most help is secret. He is an old-school man who believes goodness should be done quietly, not advertised for personal gain. If stars like Michael B. Jordan or Mahershala Ali play strong leads today, the person clearing that path is Denzel. He proved a black actor can tell universal human stories, not just black stories. When the NY Times named him Best Actor of the 21st Century, no one objected. He is considered the last, strongest representative of the Brando and Pacino school. In every scene, he shows the audience truth, not acting. He is the bridge between the golden age and the modern era. Retirement. That word isn't in Denzel's dictionary. Recently nominated for an Oscar with The Tragedy of Macbeth, he showed how he interprets Shakespeare with fresh energy even in his 60s. Taking part in massive productions like Gladiator II proves he is still at the top. He constantly expresses that art is not a destination, but a never-ending journey. The gray in his hair took nothing away from his charisma. On the contrary, it added the air of a respected sage to his persona. From Mount Vernon's backstreets to Hollywood's peak, the journey to become the man who speaks to the world went just like this. Denzel taught us talent is important, but without discipline and faith, talent is just potential. He is a warrior who falls, rises, and never quits. So, what is your favorite Denzel movie? The villain in Training Day, or the protector in Man on Fire? Let's meet in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next legend.